Hi guys, it's Anita. We're working on Coming When Called today, and this is the most important thing that you could teach your dog. So this is really important, and you need to use the highest value treat to your dog that you have available to you for this exercise. I save the very best treat for this, and I don't use the same treat for anything else, so they get the best treat for coming when you call them. This is a very critical skill. It could save your dog's life someday. So that's, it's very, very important to teach this. And it's something you need to practice and start working around distractions. I feel like outside is a better place to work on it because that's where you typically would be calling your dog, is outside. And there's more distractions outside than there is inside. So what you will need to do is, I have a cat here working this exercise too with me. I'm going to show you with Java how to get started on this. You will have your dog on a leash, and so we're going to make sure that they succeed with this exercise. What you can do if you want a longer leash, I have a really good cookie here that the cat wants. If you have a longer leash, that's fine. You can also tie 2 leashes together to get a longer leash, so you can get farther away from your dog but still have control and make sure the dog is successful at this. So I'm going to show you a little bit how to work on this. Come on, Java. So I'll just be walking along with her on leash, and then I'm going to turn and call her. Java, come. Yes, good girl, good girl. That's the best cookie. Yay, yay, Java. Yay, Java, good girl. See, I really praise her for coming when she's called. Let's do this again to show them. Just walking along, and then I'm going to back up. Java, come. Yes. Good girl. Okay, eventually you will be able to be farther away from your dog. Your dogs don't know stay yet, so you will need a partner to hold your dog and call them. And the best thing is to have them on what we call a long line. And you can make that you can just use rope to tie to their leash, or you could tie 2 or 3 leashes together to make a long line. Since Java already knows this, I'm not going to worry about a long line with her, but I'll show you kind of where you want to end up with this to be able to call your dog. So I'm going to come over here, put her in a stay, and I'm going to call her. And her stay will probably be off the camera because I don't have a wide enough view here. Come here, Java. Sit. Stay. Java, come. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Finish. Come on, finish. Good girl. Good girl. That was so good. So work on that. Make sure your dog is on leash, so you don't ever want to call your dog and give them the option not to come. If they figure out that they don't have to come, you're going to be in trouble with this exercise. So just don't ever say come when you can't enforce it with them being on a leash. If your dog is out and you need to go get them and you don't think they'll come to you, go get them and put the leash on, and then practice come, so that you can control that a little bit better. Also, don't ever call your dog to you to do something they don't like grooming or cutting their toenails. That's not the time to work on coming to you has to be the best thing in the world for your dog. And it's up to you to make it the best thing. So you have to reward them just greatly for this skill. So I suggest you work on this outdoors, and preferably with a partner, so you can start getting a little bit of distance away from your dog and call them. If you have a partner, you guys can call them back and forth and both have treats, and that would be really rewarding for the dog. So just remember, this is the most important skill, and you need to reward it with the highest reward you can, and praise, and throw a party when they come to you, so that when they're in trouble, when they're in danger, you need them to come, that they will come. One more tip: if you do get in a situation where you need your dog to come and they're not coming and it's an emergency, the best thing, don't chase them. The best thing I've found in that situation is to get down low on the ground, sometimes even laying flat on the ground. Dogs tend to come to us when we're down on their level, and I had to do this once, and my dog came to me to check on me. I think he thought I was hurt or something, laying on the ground, and so it did work in that situation. And so that's just a little tip. But we would rather be able to call them and have them come. One other thing is, don't repeat the come command. Once you say come, don't repeat it. You don't want them to think that, well, I don't have to come the first time they call me. Don't say come, 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 come. Just say it once, and you should have them on the leash where you can make them come to you if they don't come. So just one command, and make it really rewarding.